still in you. Since Lord Byron loved despair.
Hi guys, and welcome to another double review. This time I'll be looking at Byron Portion and Byron White, made by Scandinavian Premium Tobacco, and they also make the Wow series. I had their Sunny Honey, and the Taboka series. I haven't reviewed any of them yet, but I will in about 1 month's time. This is the premium range, and what I will say about this one is that I haven't tried the white, but the Byron is a rebranding of a snus that used to be called Monte Cristo, that I really liked. And they also had one called Romeo and Julieta, it was called, and that is now called Byron Anis, like an aniseed snus. That used to be my favorite portion snus of all, and it was really tricky to get in my hometown in Sweden. Sometimes I even tried to get it sent from Stockholm, actually. That's how much I liked it. Then I panicked a little bit when I couldn't find it anymore, and then I found out that they rebranded it as Byron. These ones come in nice metal cans, which is quite expensive to make, I think, so you don't see them much on the market at all. On the cans it says, well, it's got 3 flags here. It's the Cuban flag, and that's for Cuban tobacco in this one. Norwegian flag, Norwegian water. Swedish flag, made in Sweden. So it's got Cuban tobacco in it. You don't see that in a lot of snuses, really. So does it make a difference to the taste? Well, I thought it did when I tried them. So I hope this is exactly the same product as the Monte Cristo used to be. I would also say they're really tricky to get into normally, these ones, because the metal cans, still like the cans a lot though. On the inside of this you got the catch lid. So the catch lid is actually opening discreetly on the inside, like that. Right. In the range there's, apart from the aniseed version and these two, there's also a mini portion called Senorita. Really beautiful can, that one. I'll get that one day. And the aniseed version I will try later for you as well. But now it's Byron Portion and Byron White. I would say also about these that the Byron Portion has 1 gram portions in it. The nicotine content is 11 milligram per portion. The white one, slightly smaller portions, 0.9 grams, but the nicotine is actually higher. It's 11.4 milligrams per portion. So let's do the smell test of these. You might see that I've got a bit of a cold coming on, but my sense of smell is still intact, so it should be fine. Right. Check that out. That's the original portion. Yeah, it's really spicy. It's different to general. It doesn't have any bergamot as far as I can tell. It doesn't quite smell of cigars, but it does smell of a bit finer tobacco. I hope it's not just in my mind, but maybe it's a good marketing trick, but I really think it smells nice. Or try to get into the Byron as well, the white one. These are not really white. You would normally expect a little bit whiter than that, maybe, from white portions. Interesting. It's got that same lovely rich tobacco smell, spicy. They smell very similar. So I'll finish. I will really enjoy using these both cans up, and I will give you a final verdict on Byron Portion and Byron White. So I'm finishing up these beautiful metal cans of Byron Portion and Byron White Portion. Last white goes in. And if you're in the States, you had some complicated trade relations with Cuba, which means you've had some problems getting Cuban tobacco, basically. I think those trade regulations are easing up a little bit right now. You probably still can't get this online, but you can bring it in. So if you're in Sweden, for instance, you could bring it into America, but it could still be a bit tricky, unfortunately, for these ones. And so it's a bummer for you and for Scandinavian premium tobacco. They're actually now trying to export these brands into Russia and South Korea, trying to get into the Asian market now. And about Cuban tobacco, I would say it's quite bold in this snus. You get a boldness, rich, bold, aromatic and spicy tobacco. And that's for both the Portion and the White Portion. A little bit stronger in the regular one. And I said I didn't get any bergamot in it, I believe. I think there is bergamot in there, but it comes through in a completely different way than it does for General, for instance. I think it has to do with the tobacco being so bold. It's aromatic, and it does have a bit of citrus in there. But I also get kind of an ashy character to it, which is a little bit harsh, to be perfectly honest. It's more taste forward than I remember it being, actually. I thought this was a little bit sort of one-dimensional and bland compared to the aniseed version that I will try later for you, and the one that was Romeo and Julieta, the one that I preferred. This one I thought was pretty good before. I still think it's pretty good, maybe a little bit so than I did before, because it goes a little bit harsh, and because of that, I would say I probably prefer the white to the original, but the base taste is the same there. So 3 things actually that make me prefer the white in this case. It has 0.9 gram portions instead of the 1 grams for the original, and 0.9 is normally actually my preferred portion size. That's perfect for me. It is actually the stronger of the two as well, and it is a little bit less harsh because it releases the flavor slower. So I would probably go with the white personally. It's not a beginner snus, this one. It's really, really bold, forward, quite hardcore in that sense. It's got a very different character to General, if you're not used to that sort of tobacco character. It's quite aromatic, quite spicy. I kind of like them, but not blown away by them. They're growing on me as I've gone through the cans, actually, but it's not something I would use all the time, but if I feel hardcore sometimes, it's one to go for, but I want to try the aniseed now. So what I'm going to give it is, for my favorite of the two, the Byron White, I will go 7 out of 10, and for the Byron Portion, slightly lower, 6.5. And the next review, we're back to Lössnus from Swedish Match. So see you then.
I saw you from afar and well, you were trying